Protein, protein, protein. Protein is certainly the new turbo word, and strictly speaking, in the realm of training and growing muscle, it's a very important nutrient to have. But exactly how much protein does one actually need? So this is a very common question we get in. We always get people asking in, how much protein do I need? Now, granted, we work out the macros for you and we tell you how much you actually need, but realistically, how much does the body actually need if you want to work it out for yourself? There's many different calculators online. Some give you high estimates and some give you low estimates, but what's the real number? The real grams per pound of mass does one need to be able to perform effectively? Now, it depends. If you look at an average on Google, it will tell you a girl on average needs around about 46 grams of protein a day, and a male probably around 70 to 80. But that's if you're just going to be living like someone that doesn't gain. You know, you don't want that. You want 300 grams of protein. No, I get it, of course. You need a sufficient amount enough, because it is the building blocks to be able to allow your body to repair and build the muscle needed. And protein is kind of like the the rights to the land. You know, if you're buying a house, you want to build a home, protein is going to be the rent, the rights to the land for you to be able to build the foundations on. You have the rights, you can build the land. If you build it, they will gain. Now, there's many different estimations. On average, an easy thumb rule for guys, for example, to build muscle, 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body mass, body weight. So it's very simple. So if I weigh 150 pounds, I'm going to go, 150 grams of protein. Now, that's for, say, just basic, you know, if you want to perform. Then you can go to 1.5 maximum, they say, 1.5 maximum. And then you can go to 2 grams if you're bulking per pound of it, which is about 300 grams. For females, a bit less than that. You're talking about maybe about 0.770 grams per pound of fat. But however, there is some interesting factors to point out with the protein dilemma. Don't worry about it too much. That's the first thing I'll say. There was a recent scientific study that got published in a paper and a test that said that 0.62 grams of protein per pound of body weight gets used. Anything after that, the body diminishes. It does not use. So that means there's diminishing returns in that. Now, I don't want to give my body, I don't want to spend so much money on absorbing protein if my body's just going to go, yeah, well, that can get the fuck. So this is a very important test. So I tested it. Okay, so I've tested it on 2 grams of protein per pound, 1.5 grams of protein, 1 gram of protein, and also on the bare minimum, which was 0.62 grams of protein. So realistically, all I really needed was about 130 grams a day, which was very easy to hit, and that's from heavy lifting and training every day. So what was the results? Well, the results was I didn't feel optimally more superior than what I did when I was on the higher end of the protein. If anything, I felt more sluggish because I had to consume more food. Now, a big thing is, people would say, well, I can obtain that protein easy. I don't need to eat. I can just eat shakes. It's better getting your protein from food sources, as everyone knows. I would only take protein shakes about 2 times a week, you know, if I can't get all the meals in, usually weekends. But we're getting off the point here. So for girls, that 0.62 could be around, I think, maybe about 0.45 grams. But the point is, you're better off getting as much as possible. So if you can get, for example, 1 gram per pound in, about 150 grams, 170 grams a day, you're going to be much more optimal than getting the bare minimum. And it also has that safety net to make sure you obtain the right amount of protein. Because the real factor of protein is, if you do not, and I'm coming close to the camera now to make this very serious, if you do not have the sufficient amount of protein, all that hard work will be for nothing. And that's very true. I can't emphasize that enough. All that hard work you put in will be for nothing. If you're not giving your body the substantial nutrient to put on the muscle, it's not going to go anywhere. It can't go anywhere. the body will use your muscle as a fuel source. So if you're doing bicep curls, you think, I'm building so many biceps up. The body's going to go, but I need that as energy. So I'm going to use that bicep you made last week, and I'm going to use that as energy for you to be able to perform this today. So it's a cat chasing its tail. Nothing gets better. Now, don't listen to food. There is a lot of food supplements out there. Some of them say high in protein. If someone says high in protein, here's a fun rule. Don't buy it. Just like if someone says low in fat, don't buy it, okay? It's a stupid market. The things, alright, Snickers bar had protein in it. But Snickers don't put in the bar high in protein Snickers. It doesn't really make sense. And fats are very important, and carbs as well. Protein's not just the important building blocks. All three of their main ingredients, simplistically speaking, basically, is gonna be the concerning factor for your progress and to achieve the goals you want to achieve. So, you want to take my advice. 0.26 grams of protein. Studies show that anything after that your body doesn't use. However, I would say, on the safe side, 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body fat to be completely optimal and to ensure your goals are being hit. Get it from food sources, try not to get it from proteins, and be aware that certain foods don't absorb proteins the same way. Nuts only absorb around 42% of the proteins, chicken maybe 80% of the proteins, and some plant-based proteins, again, it's on the lower end of around 60%. Only limit shakes down. I can save you money. Protein shakes, limit them down on the days you only really need it. If you're going to be going out for the full day and you can't eat meals, protein shake might be cool. But that is the question for protein. Make sure you get it. Just make sure you hit your fats and your carbs. Make sure all three of them things are fulfilled. If every day you're constantly hitting them three things, then you, strictly speaking, may make all sorts of wee bumpy bits around your body, which we call gains. If not, you might want to go to a doctor. Anyway, this has been Carl from the Orcs Den, giving you some protein advice. 10 grams of protein.